are going to party. Party all my...
Hello friends, my name is nanookmetaal and today I would like to show you how to complete the Big Bang heist on Death Wish difficulty. It is a fairly difficult one and also it is very interesting. There are a lot of different things that you will need to complete in order to finish the heist, in order to pull it off. And that means a lot of sneaking because you cannot dominate the whole bank. I will show you that you can almost dominate the back area, and by saying almost I mean there will still be one guard who will be alive there. However, he's not gonna be much of a problem because he's going to be stationary. You actually get to poison him. So what I did is I got one of the assets, which is the poisoned cake, and I placed it not in the cafeteria, it's actually in this area of the bank, but in the inner one, which is going to be behind the doors. The doors did not spawn upstairs here this time. They will either spawn here or they sometimes spawn downstairs. I'll just show them to you very quickly. There they are. And as you may have noticed, I was looking for a key card initially, and I'm going to drop it into the left key card slot. Remember that you have to put it into the left one. You don't have to, but I would recommend you. And basically what these key cards do is they remove part of the lasers, they turn them off. So the left key slot will turn off the horizontal lasers, making it very easy to walk through. And if you only have the horizontal lasers on, you sometimes have to jump through, which makes it a little bit more difficult. It's much easier to just have the vertical laser lines and just to walk through them. Anyway, the next step would be to mask up and open up this door, and I'm just going to quickly wait for this lady to leave. And I will actually drop my first keycard in, just so that I have the... Oh, there we go. It's a bit tricky with that camera. Sometimes I've heard that you can break cameras here and that they actually don't get noticed, but I have never done that, I have never tried that. I just prefer to just leave them on, they're not such a big problem. Okay, so I opened the server room with an ECM that I had on me, and with the current Payday 2 skills you can actually bring two deployables. The first one that I brought was that one ECM, and I brought two body bag cases. You can either bring two ECMs and one body bag, but for this heist I will recommend you to bring two body bags, because with the assets that I got, the elevator trick and the poison cake, I cannot get a body bag asset as well. Just don't have enough favors for it. Alright, most of the time, once you interact with this computer, you'll have to go and find another one. Sometimes interacting with this computer is enough to start the time lock countdown. However, the chance for that is very rare. I've only encountered it a handful of times. So what I have to do now is look for the right computer and hack it. Unfortunately, because I'm doing it by myself, I cannot determine which is the right computer to hack. If you're playing with a friend, what he can be doing is continuously interacting with the computer in the server room, and that will light up one of the monitors, one of the screens, and then you will know that this is the one that you need to interact with. Doesn't look like this is the right computer, so I'm going to go ahead and look for another one. The computers that don't have a person on them sitting in front of them usually are not interactable. I've seen the ones upstairs, and I hope I don't have to go upstairs, but I might have to. The ones upstairs, sometimes they might not have a person, and you will still be able to interact with them. The cool thing is that you can just crouch behind them and interact through the seat. I'm not sure how this works. You know, I would be very suspicious if someone tries to wrap their hands around me and try to type something on the computer. But anyway, it's another wrong computer, so I'm going to interact with this one. There should be one more computer available down here. And I'm really hoping there it is. I'm really hoping that it's going to be downstairs, because it is much more difficult to hack the computers upstairs. You're more exposed. There is a lot of more foot traffic. Guards walk through there. A lot of civilians walk through here, through there. People do walk through here, but not in as big of capacity amount. Oh, I got very lucky. This is the right computer, and I'm just going to be very careful. What is going on? Okay. What I can do now is start the countdown, and because this vault is downstairs, it's a little bit tricky because I need to be in that manager's office right now. I'll show you where you have to be. Oh. Okay. This is good and bad. I did not really want to take out any civilians or guards, but this is a manager and he sometimes has a keycard on him. He did not have a keycard on him this time. However, let's try to get out of there as soon as possible. However, I now know, since the manager doesn't have a key card, I know where it's going to be. It's going to be in his office in the safe. It's actually hidden, and sometimes, a lot of times, people don't know about that place. I personally did not know about that place for a long while. However, right now I'll show it to you. If you don't want to know where it is, you can skip it. Skip this part, like next 15, no, probably like a couple of minutes, because I'm still going to unlock it. Anyway, there was your chance to skip, and this is where the safe is. For some reason, with the latest updates, the painting stopped falling down like it should. However, it doesn't matter. You can probably see a corner of the case of the safe, and I'm able to interact with it right now. Oh, I'll have to reply to that phone call. And this phone call happened because we...
So, we detected an unscheduled activation of the time lock there. Everything okay?
Oh, yeah. The manager was showing the system to his new assistant. An early bit of key and lock, he calls it.
I see. Sure, that happens. Okay, just try to call us beforehand next time.
Of course. Thanks for being understanding. Take care. In the clear, gang.
And this is what you'll have to do every time when you activate the time lock. You'll have to wait for this phone call. So I highly recommend you to stick around this area so you don't have to, so you don't miss the phone call. Let's see. Okay. And of course, my other option would be to drill through this safe. However, drilling through the safe will make it visible to other people, and they might become alerted and raise the alarm. Something I want to avoid. We're about halfway through the heist. There are still going to be a couple of difficult things that we'll need to pull off. However, having the 2 key cards is actually very useful. Most of the time I only manage to get the 1 key card. It's rather difficult sometimes to get your hands on the manager because he walks in very populated areas. This time I actually got quite unlucky that I got spotted, but quite lucky that he was not seen by anyone. I was able to take care of him. If you are hungry, you can also grab the sandwich. The place where I've placed the guard, the body rather, is the safest place to leave bodies in, and because you have to drop it behind the aircon. Oh, okay. Because even if you leave it out in that area, people sometimes walk out there, and guards and civilians alike, and they will see the body. So leave it behind the air conditioner. It won't be spotted there. The time lock is done. The door is open down there. I have the 2nd key card to drop in order to deactivate lasers completely. Just gonna wait for everyone to leave. Okay. Doing rather well at the moment. Hopefully I don't jinx it. Couple of people. Oh, that was a bit tricky. Okay, I'm just gonna chill here, catch your breath. Was a very, very close call there. Phew. And as you can see, the doors are open now, and I'm going to drop the 2nd key card in. Let that lady walk past. She almost screwed me over the 2nd time. Okay, so the lasers are off. You can now walk in and out as freely as you want. And we still will need to come outside one more time because you need to interact with the manager's computer. Remember where the safe was? That's where we'll need to come back. Unfortunately, as much as I don't like going there. And whenever the vault is downstairs, it's actually makes it a little bit more difficult because you have to use those stairs in order to get up and down. There's that puking guard, and as you can see, he's just going to be doing that, and eventually he'll be just standing in one spot. It's not a big problem. I also have not encountered the keys. I'll have a look around, but I haven't seen them anywhere. You could break all the cameras in here, and that is totally fine. You just have to be able to deal... Oh, okay. So there are the keys. There's one of the random places. And I would recommend you to just familiarize yourself with the heist. Sometimes the keys spawn there. Sometimes they spawn here. Sometimes they actually spawn in the manager's office or where the bank tellers are. This is the next thing that I need to do. Interact with these buttons. Just push both of them. And then I will have to go outside one more time. interact with the computer, and then I'll be able to come back and open the vault. Alright, that's... that's not great. Very not great at all. Not quite sure if that guard downstairs will see me or if anyone else will... Such a close call. Just need to get rid of these guys very quickly. Okay, and this is why I was preserving all my... Let's see if there's anyone still here. All my pagers for this part. I'm just gonna leave the bodies here for now. They might be seen, people might walk around still. And not killing any guards on the outer part of the bank will allow you to kill 4 guards in here. That's excluding that puking guard and also the camera guard. But once you destroy all the cameras, and on Death Wish difficulty they're not Titan cameras, I think that would have been a little bit too difficult to have those. But once you do that, you effectively have dominated the area. And it will be fairly safe then. Okay, so the guard has stopped puking, it seems like. Just gonna look for... Not quite sure where that second guard is. I would like to kill him just to know that from now on this area will be fairly safe and no one can... Ah, there he is as well. Okay. Okay, so I try to blast them as close as I can to each other so I can reply to both of their pagers. And I also made sure that they were out of the view of the cameras. This is the last pager and the 4th guard. From now on, there is nobody who's going to be walking around here. I can start taking out the cameras as well. There's camera number 1. I did notice there was a couple here. So there's one. There is another one. I don't think the guard will see through these see-through glass panels, which is rather strange, but it's good for me, you know. I don't really want him to see that I shot out the cameras and become alerted. Doesn't look like there are any more cameras in here, so I can just leave it at that. Let's push the second button, and now we have to go downstairs and sneak into the manager's office one last time. Right now it's a little bit tricky. There's a lot at stake. If I mess it up right now, it's not going to be too great. Therefore, I'm going to do my best and be as careful as I can. Checking everything. Yeah, see, there's a guard there. And there's a guard here. Okay. This one is coming this way. Ah, gee. Phew. Okay, I don't quite know what to do right now because I believe that second guard is still standing there. And this one is going to go down the stairs, which is nice. Where is that other guy? That second guard must have made a move as well. Excellent. Interacting with the computer, and I'm almost ready. I'm almost finished with this heist. Going to be very careful because this guard, he might be right here somewhere. Do I really want to sneak through here right now? Not quite, but whatever. Just gonna do it. Let's chill in the server room because I think that guard might be... No? Okay, he's still standing. Excellent. Alright, so I'm through into the inner part of the bank. I've dealt with all the guards. Dealt with the cameras, or at least most of the cameras. If I encounter another one, I'll break it. You don't really have to break the cameras. If you're able to sneak past them, it's not a problem. And from now on, it's the most rewarding part, but probably the most boring one. It's just opening all the vaults, all the cages up, and getting all the loot out of them into the elevator. That guard, of course, is still going to be standing there, and I'll have to remember not to, you know, jump around there or throw bags around there. It will be rather unfortunate to fail the heist at this point. But you know, at this point you don't have to escape into the outer area. You don't have to go there anymore. So the stealthy part is pretty much done. I'm gonna start all the drills up here. I could have brought the saw with me and just saw through them rather, but it doesn't really matter. I still got the keys, so I'm gonna start interacting with this cage. Most of the time you are able to open it with the keys before the drill expires, but sometimes it takes a few tries, and time to time it might take like 5 times or so. It does happen. Over here, of course, I also have the deposit boxes, but I am just going to go for the loose loot. Once again, having more than one person here is actually very nice, because then I wouldn't be able to have a person with a saw who doesn't even have to mask up until up to this point. You know, you can just walk through if you are that person and then mask up in here, and this way you can bring your saw in and you don't have to worry about sneaking around. And he is also the person who can help you with the computer. So say if you've got a less confident friend who's less confident in stealthing, what he can be doing for you is when you're in that server room in the beginning of the heist interacting with the computer, he can be walking around and just taking note of which screen lit up, and then he will tell you, oh, it was this computer. And what you can do then is just go ahead and find him where your friend is, where the computer is, and interact with it. So makes it very easy. However, if you don't know which computer it is, you can just do what I did and take care of every single one. There we go, we almost opened everything, so this is the last one. Once it's open, I'm going to start move the money and the gold. I probably could have just waited for this one to let's do that. It's only like a 20-something seconds on it, so I'm just gonna wait. The elevator shaft once again is opposite to that puking guard. He is far enough to the point where you will be able to sneak past him without any problems. You might have to crouch most of the time, just because when you're carrying bags and gold, your concealment goes down a little bit. You become a little bit more detectable, and because of that, you might have to crouch. We're 18 minutes into the heist, and to be honest, it's not the worst time that I've had. It's actually a fairly good time. Some of the things that I probably could have done better is just overall being a little bit quicker, you know, wasting less time in various spots, but also the computer tends to take up a lot of time, whether you find the right one. You know, sometimes, as I said, you just have to interact with the server computer, and then it says, oh, yep, this is the right computer, let's go ahead and start the time lock. And sometimes you might have to like go through one computer, and I have had the occasions where I had to hack every single computer, and the very last one that I hacked was the correct one. Unfortunately, things like that happen. I can leave these dudes without begging them. As you can see, they haven't been noticed so far, and it's highly unlikely they will be seen. Okay, I'm just crouching through. The guy has stopped puking, but nevertheless, he will stay in one spot for the rest of the heist. And I'm just gonna dump the bags down here. If you manage to fall in there, it's not a big issue. You can just walk into the next elevator shaft and use these stairs, climb up, climb out, and you're totally fine. If you don't feel too safe going past this guard, you can also use this way. It's a little bit longer, but once again, if you don't feel as confident, just take your time. It's only gonna be like extra couple of minutes, and something that will ensure that you complete the heist with all the bags secured. See, I personally don't feel too confident in walking through here, but it does seem like the guard does not notice me, so that is good. And sometimes the layout of the inner area of the bank is different. You can get the vault in all the different places. You can get a 2-story vault as well. I'm not sure if that affects the loot numbers, but I don't think it does. It does seem like the amount of loot that you get is fairly similar. There is, of course, more loot that I could have gotten through the in the deposit boxes. You don't have to bring a saw. You can just take another few minutes and open them up by hand. And if you're in a position where you're looking for more money, then it's definitely a viable option. So once again, just because this is not the most exciting area, I'm just going to speed through it. I'll speed up the video, and then I'll see you on the other side when I have completed moving all the bags. Okay, so all I have to do right now is just to move all the bags towards the van. At this point I can actually escape, but I'll make sure that I secure everything. Of course there's more loot left in those deposit boxes, but I don't care too much about those. And seems like the heist will be done in somewhere over 25 minutes. Considering the payout, it's not the most energy efficient heist, or like money efficient. However, I do like the challenge of it. I don't manage to finish it, and it does not go as smoothly as it did today that often, and most of the time I end up failing. This is my third attempt at recording today, and yeah, I definitely feel very happy completing this heist. And in case you have any questions about it or about anything else related to Payday, let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, because good people need to watch good videos. And on this note, I thank you for watching. I will see you later. Bye bye.